What is up, everybody? Berial here, and in a shocking twist of events, the next Season 2 DLC fighter for Street Fighter V is Ed. Nobody saw this coming, not even the PlayStation Store leak or the data miners who found this out literally 2 weeks ago. Regardless of all the jokes, Ed to me looks like he's going to be a lot of fun to play with. Now, we can sit here and argue until we're blue in the face over whether or not we need another rushdown boxer archetype. However, I feel as if Ed maintains enough individuality and enough flair to be a decent addition to Street Fighter V in general. Now, a lot of people have issues with the way that his hat looks for his main costume, but a lot more people have issues with the way he inputs his special moves. We'll get to both costumes and new inputs later on in the video. For now, let's take a look and see how he plays in this upcoming slowdown. I think, in terms of having a boxer who has high-low mix-ups and great rushdown pressure, the thing that distinguishes a huge difference in the V-skill and V-trigger category is that we now have someone other than Bison who uses Psycho Power. And what I mean by that is, in his V-skill, he now has a move called Psycho Snatcher, which is basically a whip that can anti-air opponents out of the air or yank them towards him to follow up the combos. And then, of course, his V-trigger is Psycho Cannon, and that's a slow-moving or fast, depending on your input, horizontal fireball that is going to be great for extended combos, but more importantly, it is going to be an insane tool for wake-up pressure and mix-ups, and you can kind of see it right there. It's going to lead into a lot of the fancier stuff that you can do with Ed. Now, of course, the upcoming open beta from the 11th to the 14th will be live, and Ed will be a part of it, so you can expect that we're going to get a shit ton of gameplay, and we'll see exactly how this kid plays. I personally can't wait. So what exactly is it about knockoff Shadaloo Cody that everyone in the FGC is up in arms about? Well, that's going to be the way that you input his special moves. This time around, unlike all the other characters, and in a traditional fighting game sense, Ed does not have any type of quarter circle, shoryuken, or charge-based special moves. All of his inputs are done by executing simultaneous button presses or holding them down for a length of time and releasing it, kind of like Cody's Knuckle back in the Street Fighter 4 days. Now, while this doesn't really bother me that much, I can see why people are upset, and that's in terms of accessibility. On one hand, you've got all the FGC veterans and salt monsters who have been here for decades that argue that execution is primarily what distinguishes a good player over a bad player. Now, of course, on the other hand, I also understand that the need for a casual audience is key in keeping the FGC relative in the spotlight, especially with this recent resurgence in popularity of fighting titles within esports. So let's treat Ed as kind of the middle ground or the test subject in terms of what ultimately Capcom is going to bring to the table when it comes to Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite later this year, that is going to give you the option of tougher executed special moves versus a simplified combo system. That way, everybody wins. Your casuals and your veterans both have a control scheme they can use, and let's stop arguing over it. Let's just test out Ed and see how he does with his overall moveset. So let's go over probably one of the things I'm more excited about, Ed's costume choices. Now, his main costume isn't bad, I just think his hat is a little strange looking. It looks like he's straight out of like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but a lot of people are going to be happy to know that his hoodie is making a return from his brief stint in story mode, and his battle costume's a little interesting. Overall, I do like the hoodie probably the best, only because it seems to be a throwback from his little teenage years before his accelerated DNA caught up to him, I'm guessing. And the battle costume's a little interesting in the fact that it looks like a love letter to Bison, which is funny because Bison is the person he is trying to run away from. Anyway, this was just a quick little breakdown of Ed. Stay tuned for the next couple of days, as we will try to get as much Ed gameplay as possible, just to get a general feel for him. And overall, in the comments below, let me know what you think about him. Do you like him? Do you hate him? What would you change about him, or would you leave him alone? Anyway, thank you guys very much for tuning in. My name is Berial, and I'll catch you in the next video. Have a good one.